Hey, this is Darren from Property Prosperity. I hope you've all been watching the Olympics and I hope you're enjoying it. We seem to be doing pretty well, so that's all good. As long as we keep winning medals, then it's all good. So I thought I'd have a chat to you about improving. And the thing that I think is pretty nuts about the Olympics, and I never really understand each time the Olympics comes around, is how they keep breaking world records. And it just doesn't seem possible, because surely there's some sort of limit to human possibility, and surely at some point in time they're going to say, well, that's just it, you can't get any better than that person, and so just give up, because what's the point? But the crazy thing is, each time you keep watching this, particularly I suppose swimming is probably the prime example, because you can set yourself off against the clock. They just keep breaking world records all the time. It just seems nuts. And obviously, I think the thing we can take from that and how we can apply that to our world of property is, you can always improve. You can always get better. And even when you think, man, I'm as good as I possibly can, there's always someone or something that's gonna, I don't know, make you sit back and think, oh man, maybe I could have done things a little better. Hi Reese, thanks for joining. And so, I know that for myself. And I was chatting to another lady the other day. Thanks for the like. I was having a chat to a lady the other day. I don't know if you know, I've got a podcast that's just been out in the last month or so. And I was talking to this lady, and she was really amazing. She'd done all these amazing things. Hey, Chris, thanks for joining. And she'd, I was having a chat to her, and she just rang up to say, hey, well done on the podcast, really awesome, congratulations. And I started having a chat to her, and she's like, oh yeah, I've done 15 developments, and we have all these investment properties. I'm like, man, that's amazing what you've done, congratulations on all that. And I'd love to be able to interview you for my podcast, because we talk to all these people with all this experience, and it'd be super exciting to get you on the show. And she's like, we're just learning, we've only just started out. And I'm like, in the world of development, most people, if they've, most people don't do a development, but if they do, generally it's just one or two or so. So the fact they've done 15 developments, it basically puts them at elite level as far as property developers go. And that's the crazy thing, that she's so humble to look back and say, well, I'm just learning. You wouldn't want to interview me because I don't really know anything. I'm just working it out as I go. And over all those years of doing all those developments, they will have learned so many things. But every time they go back, from their perspective, they're always learning. They're always looking at improving. And so, likewise with me, I've been involved in thousands of property transactions. I've helped hundreds of people with developments and a whole pile of builds and a whole pile of different stuff. But every time I, think I've got it sussed, there'll be something else that'll come at it from a different angle, and I'll think, oh man, I have to think about that for next time. So every day I'm constantly learning, and I suppose that's something you're always going to do with property. You're always going to think, oh man, I think I've got it sussed, and then something will pop up, and it's like, man, I didn't expect that to happen. So I suppose, and it's not necessarily a bad thing, to be honest. It's a good thing as well. It gives you a reason to get up every day, and a reason to think, okay, well, I'm going to try a little bit harder today than I did the day before. And that option to always improve. I think the day you get up and think, okay, well, that's it, that's as good as I'm going to get, I think that's probably all downhill from there. So it probably gives you that motivation to keep improving, keep striving, keep getting better, I suppose. And so, Chris Gilmore, our real estate agent friend's watching at the moment, and he's got the same sort of thing. He's pushing himself to try and improve and get better and better and better constantly, and he's constantly adapting and changing. But you never get to the point where you feel like, hey, I've got it sussed. And even after all these years and all the things you achieve, you just sort of feel like, man, I could always improve. And sometimes, and again, to be honest, sometimes it can be a bad thing, because sometimes it is good to just step back and just appreciate what you've achieved. But likewise, if you're that type of person that's got that drive to try and improve and get better, it does give you that motivation to get out of bed in the morning. And I think that's going to drive you through your life, really, and that's allow you to reach success and be fulfilled and have a life that you feel like is worth living and worth you've achieved, really. So hopefully that's made sense, everyone. So hopefully you can sit back and watch what these guys are achieving and just see them constantly pushing themselves and trying to get better. You look at Michael Phelps, or all of these sort of guys that have got 10 gold medals or 15 or 20 gold medals. It's just ridiculous, and yet they keep getting up every day and they keep smashing themselves to try and improve and trying to build on that, because they've got people constantly chasing, constantly trying to catch them. So they're going to have to constantly try and improve just to kind of keep ahead of all these people that are coming back from behind. So yeah, hopefully that's given you some motivation. Hopefully give you some drive to get out of bed in the morning and just keep working on it, keep getting better. And at the end of the day, the better you get, the more you're going to achieve, and the better you can feel about what you've accomplished in your life, I suppose. So hopefully it's got you all motivated to get out of bed and start doing things tomorrow, and I look forward to talking to you again next time. If you've liked what I had to say, then click on the like button. If you haven't liked it, still click on the like button anyway, because I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you know someone that sort of you think needs a little bit of motivation, or they feel like they've sort of got as good as it's going to get, then yeah, click on the share button. Hopefully they'll sort of look back and think, man, if these Olympians can keep getting better each year, even though they're basically best in the world, and they're looking at themselves as a way to improve, then yeah, maybe they can improve too. So hopefully you like what I had to say. If you've got something else you'd like me to talk about, or something interesting you've noticed on the Olympics that you thought would be cool to have a chat and you thought would relate to property, happy to have a chat about it. Put a comment in the comment box, and I look forward to talking to you guys again next time. Bye.